redneck snack where life is too short to be serious. And say hello to my buddy Josh again. It's been way too long, my
Matt,
friend.
thank you. It was funny because I'm here on vacation. I left, as we're recording, I left Williamsburg at 5:30 this morning, missing all the beach traffic, and we're here at the beach, and this man, we always have to find time for a food review.
We didn't get to do it last time I came out. We got like 15 minutes. We hung out, and then, he had to go off, and I was like, dang, that's sad, but I did some reviews in honor of him. I went around Winchester and found some things to do, so I did that, the very least I could do, right?
Yep, absolutely.
But now we're here in Corolla, North Carolina, doing a donut review for Duck Donuts Fall Assortment. This is the end of summer, so we're going to, do a quick review. We're going to review a pumpkin donut and an apple donut, and then we'll call it quits so we can just enjoy the nice day. It's a beautiful weekend, by the way.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Weekend. Glad
I was just
hot.
at the beach, 70 degrees. It was great.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and show these donuts off if we can. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Here. If you want to, I'm doing a thumbnail. If you can maybe even stand up if you want to. That looks great. So, you don't mind if I pick one up and then we split?
Just hand me a donut. Just hand me whichever one, however you
So
want.
we're gonna split two of each. Well, two donuts. So we'll start with the pumpkin one. This is a pumpkin streusel.
A streusel?
I don't know if you can see.
A streusel?
Yeah, so it's streusel on top of it, and it's got pumpkin icing, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you just want to grab your...
No, well, hold on.
We'll just split it. Here, break it in half.
Go.
There we go. That works.
Yep, there we go.
All right, so before we jump into this, please hit that subscribe button. You'll see plenty of him, not every time, but you'll see plenty of him in the future. So don't worry if you're not seeing him. He's fine. He's just not around all the time.
Yeah, I'm busy all the time.
Please like, comment, and share too. Yeah, he is busy. He's got work, and he lives in Winchester. I live on the other side of the state. Oh, and check out my Instagram, Redneck Snack. He's also got an Instagram.
Kirby on Sports Podcast.
Yeah, he does some really cool things on Spotify and other platforms.
And by Josh Kirby on Instagram, my main.
But yeah, let's get into this.
First and foremost, you can taste the pumpkin 100%. This streusel on top adds a lot of good flavor. And all in all, it tastes like a pretty good fall donut. It's not too dry. I think it's moist enough. It has enough moisture to hold in the flavor, because a dry donut, folks, it's not good,
Yeah, I like this donut. I think it suffers less so of that fate that the typical duck donut suffers from. And what may that fate be? Well, typically, a duck donut just seems to be so sugary and cakey that takes away from that flavor that goes on top of it. So like blueberry, lemon, whatever icing you get on top of it. But I think the pumpkin holds its own pretty well. Maybe not as strong as it could be, but it's a very enjoyable donut. You got the nice streusel on top of it as well. So it's nothing over the top special, but I do like the flavor. For me, it's a 7.5, just because I think it could be more pumpkin flavored, but that's the same weakness that every duck donut suffers, some more so than others. So this does a little better than the others, but I do think it still has that sad fate.
Matt, I can agree with you there. I'm going to rate this also 7.5 because there is room for more pumpkin flavor. Obviously, we don't know what goes into the donut making process, the flavor making process. So we don't know that behind the scenes. But if I were to rate this donut, this is an enjoyable fall donut. But I feel like there's room to add a little bit more pumpkin, because you can taste the pumpkin. It's there, but you can't taste it enough. You know what I mean? I mean, same thing with Dunkin'. I'm not sure if this was a one-time fluke, but I had a pumpkin iced coffee, and I could barely taste the pumpkin in it.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
But, yeah, something like that.
I think Dunkin's, they got a very sweet beverage, but if you have to get pumpkin spice somewhere, I definitely prefer Starbucks. I think they got a more pumpkin flavorful, latte than Dunkin's. And just like with Duck, if you're comparing it to Dunkin's pumpkin spice cake donut or even Krispy Kreme's pumpkin spice cake donut, I do prefer those just because there's more pumpkin spice. By the way, Krispy Kreme this week is doing their pumpkin spice lineup just for 1 week. So if you really like pumpkin spice, you can only get those donuts this upcoming week starting the 6th, which is Labor Day. I know. They are doing their drinks, their pumpkin spice drink for about, until November. So you'll be fine with that. But as for the donut, only 1 week, and then they got 2 other different flavors coming in the next 2 weeks after that. So there will be reviews on all of those. Maybe I'll get one with Kirby. I don't know. We'll see. But now let's jump into the apple. So they've got like an apple filling type of thing going on.
I don't think we can split those.
We can. I'm just going to have to be very careful.
Because I don't want to get apple all over myself.
I'm going to pull it apart, and then you can just eat over the table.
Do what you got to do.
I got napkins. We got to clean the table up. We got to clean up. So there's an apple pie, and then there's apple cobbler.
Oh my
Apple
gosh.
cobbler has cinnamon and streusel, but apple pie has vanilla icing, solid caramel, and streusel. So I prefer to try the apple pie. Is there a preference you have on this?
I don't really
honestly
care. I mean, looking at the texture of this, you can't see this on camera right now, but looking at the texture, you look at the apple pie, it looks what's the word, more easier to eat, because you look at the apple pumpkin. What is this one?
Yeah,
what's that one?
That is the apple cobbler.
Apple cobbler. You look at the apple cobbler, it looks harder to eat because you have the glaze and the powder on the donut. When it comes to eating donuts, ladies and gentlemen.
Mean like it's messier?
Yeah, more messier. When it comes to eating donuts, ladies and gentlemen, half the battle is the visual appearance. Because if I'm on the run and I want a sweet donut that I can just eat in 1 or 2 or 3 bites, if you're looking at this, I mean, both the apple fillings, obviously that's an issue. But if you're looking at the more messy apple cobbler, it's not something you're going to eat quickly unless you're making a mess.
Hey, Kirby, I just had an epiphany while you were saying all this.
All right.
We can each have 1 donut, because I don't feel so bad about eating 1.5 donuts. It's just when it gets to 2 donuts, I feel bad. So now we don't even have to split. We can eat 1. I will take that one if you don't mind.
Okay.
You can take that one.
Let's do it.
And by the way, people, epiphanies can be bought and sold and even traded in some circumstances, just so you know.
All right. I'm going to dig into this one. Here's the apple cobbler, apple filling on top.
And here, I'm gonna use this and eat over it, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's mine. Look at that pretty old
look at
donut.
that. Look at that.
Pretty donuts.
That is pretty. It's messing. Oh shoot!
Look, we got a tree.
See,
it's like
folks?
apples are falling from the sky.
See, it just fell. I'm just gonna bite in. All right.
I like that solid
First
caramel
and foremost, I feel like this is about to slip out of my hands. It's an unstable donut. I don't know if you use that term, but
sometimes I use unstable.
God.
That apple, that's good.
All right. One.
I prefer this over the pumpkin. I like the pumpkin, but just having this apple filling, just, it's crisp, it's fresh, it's gooey. It may be messy, but it's quite enjoyable and flavorful. See, Kirby's not even talking. That's how good it is.
No.
You don't like it?
Huh. All right.
That's delicious.
So,
oh boy, where are you going, Kirby?
I'm standing up because of all the dust that I had to wipe off my hands.
I give it a 10 out of 10. Just And I'm sorry
Listen,
to cut you off. But.
No, you're fine. Listen, it's not that big of a deal about the dust, but still, first and foremost, the apple filling, amazing. Tastes like an apple pie. Giving it a 9.5. And, I mean, the messiness is not that big of a deal, but you would have to account for something, Matt, like getting a fork and a knife and eating it that way. I feel like that would be a better solution, because instead of a quick bite donut, you know? But I like it. I love the apple filling. It tastes really good. I mean, most of the dust came off in my hands, but what can you say?
Honestly, here's my thing. The donut's so good and so addicting that the mess is less of a problem because you're shoving the whole thing in your mouth. And you're like, I don't care. I'm just going to eat the whole thing and just worry about cleaning up the mess later. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, very delicious donut. Counts for all the flavor. Got the apple filling. Just a very sugary, sweet donut. Nothing like, not a whole, huge sugar overload, but this is a very appropriate fall flavor.
Absolutely.
Very enjoyable. Definitely recommend. One of my favorite apple things I've had so far, and there's plenty of more apple things coming. Like, I reviewed that ice cream yesterday with the apple pie, and I thought that was really interesting and diverse and unique. But for those who just want something that's like more centered on one flavor, that's right there for you. That apple pie donut, apple cobbler donut, whichever one, both of them slap. So that's my final thoughts on that donut. The fall assortment looks beautiful. It looks great. I think everything in it's pretty good. I mean, maple bacon, great flavor, a classic.
Maple bacon's a classic, though. You look at duck donuts, and the first time I ever had duck donuts, I knew it was a big, popular tradition, but maple and bacon, you hear that, and it's like, what? Maple and bacon? What? But it tastes pretty darn good, folks. I'm telling you, the flavors they have, you can combine it, and it tastes pretty darn good.
And let's be honest, the maple bacon donut is so dependable. That's what I used as my first ever review, just to do a practice. I was like, we're going to learn how to do reviews. Let's start with something that's iconic, classic, and unique. Maple bacon. So, Duck Donuts, I love you. You may not give me a lot of YouTube views, but you do provide a lot of fun for me. So, I'm ready for some more flavors. I'm ready to do more reviews. I don't remember if I've tried these before, but it's a good refresh if I have, because, finally I get to review them. I'm with Josh. And it's a good way to kind of end the summer off. We're starting to lean into fall, and it's starting to feel good out there. So
yeah, it's a beautiful day out.
Beautiful day. So we're going to get back to it. Going to enjoy the day. And hopefully y'all enjoy this review. And we shall see y'all around. Yay! 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 Oh boy, Kirby.